That was a good cast. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. There's a fish, there's a fish, big fish, big fish, big fish. Look how beautiful these fish are. Got another one, got another one, got another one. No way. That's a bigger fish. Yo guys, what is up, and welcome back to a brand new video here today on the channel. Today we're fishing extremely windy conditions to see if we can't get on some early spring bass. I'm pretty excited. I think we'll be able to get on some today, so let's get right into it. There's a fish, there's a fish, big fish, big fish, big fish. Got it, got it. Not a bad one. In the wind, no way. That's a good fish. It's a trout, no way. Literally a rainbow trout in this wind at this pond on a spoon. No way, guys. A little rainbow trout. Handle this guy carefully on the spoon. It is so windy today. And I was not expecting. No wonder he was fighting so hard. It was a little trout here. Let me get this guy unhooked and back into the water. Sick little trout at this flooded pond in these windy conditions. Let's get him back in the water. All right, guys, little trout right here. He needs to go back in the water. Wind finally died down for a second. There he goes. Still hanging right at the bank there. I was not expecting to catch a trout today. There are some good rainbow trout in this pond, and I thought it was a good bass just because of the fight he was putting up. And it was a nice little trout there. I don't fish for trout often, so catching one pretty much by accident like that is pretty cool. Just throwing that little spoon on my spinning reel, pretty much the only thing that I can actually cast out there without it either getting a backlash or just not going anywhere. So good little fish. First one of the day. Now let's get back out there. Let's see what else we can't catch. I'm targeting bass, but a good fight from a trout like that, that's always appreciated. So yeah, let's get back out there and see if we can't get on any more. That was actually pretty quickly. All right, guys, that fish came on just a little golden spoon. It felt like a big fish, but it was not a bad trout. I do not catch trout super often, so that was a cool catch. The wind has finally died down just a little bit, to whereas I can actually talk facing the pond. And hopefully can't get on some more fish. Pretty much just slow rolling this spoon. That little rainbow trout came up and destroyed it. If another, got him, let's go. Another, what is this? It's a good fish. It's a good fish. What is it? Another little trout, no way. No way. Another little rainbow trout. I saw one jump and he destroyed it. That is sick, guys. Look how beautiful these fish are. All right, guys, another nice little trout. I saw him jump and he destroyed it. Still super windy, so let's just get this guy right back into the water. There he goes. I saw a fish jump there, and they fight super good. I mean, if a bass is fighting that hard, usually it's a decent little fish. So definitely a good fight from another trout. Saw one jump and he destroyed it. All right, guys, let's get back out there. Simply casting it out there and slowly retrieving this bait. And those fish give off a great little fight, especially on just this medium power, little 7-foot medium power fast action spinning rod. They're definitely feeding up in these windy conditions. You can tell that this wind is definitely pushing the bait towards this side of the pond. And these trout, and probably the bass as well, they're just taking advantage of this schooled up bait. They're coming right in and they're destroying it. Ow. There's a fish, got one, got another one, got another one. got another one. No way. That's a bigger fish too. That's a little bigger one. Another trout. That's a little bit bigger fish as well. Another little trout on the spoon. Absolutely destroyed that bait right in the top of the mouth. It's a little bit bigger fish as well. Let's get this guy unhooked. He has a bunch of hooks in him. Let's get this guy unhooked and back in the water. All right, guys. Probably the biggest one of the day. Probably about, what, pound and a quarter trout. And this one has a really nice lateral line. Let's get him back in the water. Revive him a little bit. There he goes, right back in there. Nice little fish right there. On the little spoon again. These fish are absolutely destroying it. Now let me show you what they're eating. It's just a little spoon. Nice little fish. And let's get back in there. Gold spoon, super windy conditions. All right, guys, so 3 fish. Pretty much a fish every like 5 minutes at this point. And this is super fun. As you guys know, I'm a bass fisherman. I'm usually fishing for bass in my local ponds, but a good little trout fishing session, especially when they're eating this well and this often on a really fun bait to throw, something I think is really underrated, and that's this gold spoon. I feel like it's an underrated bait for bass fishing, which is why I was throwing it today, just because it gives off such a good action, and when that sun's up, like it is today, it gives such a nice glint. And it's pretty similar to a bait such as like the blade bait, or maybe even a smaller lipless crankbait. It definitely has some advantages when you're fishing in the early spring. I just got bit. There are definitely some fish right here. I just got bit. Oh, something just like tapping at it. 2 of my last 3 casts, casting pretty much in the same spot right here. And these fish are eating it. Got it, got it, got it, got it. That's fighting super well. That's fighting super well. Let's go. Another trout, maybe a bass. Another little trout, no way. Same spot. I was getting so many bites there. Just the tiny little guy. Let's just get this guy back in the water quickly. He was fighting well at the beginning, and he absolutely destroyed that spoon. Let's get this guy unhooked and back into the water. All right, guys, smallest one of the day. Oh, he goes right back in there. He was fired up, swims right back into that grass, which is what I think they're coming out of. Such a cool little fish. I got bit in that same spot probably 2 or 3 out of my last 4 casts. I got a bite there. And of course, last time I threw it in, he absolutely destroyed it. Let's get it back in there with this little spoon and see if we can't get another one, maybe even a bass. If there are trout feeding up on bait fish, I don't see why there wouldn't be a few little bass in with them. So let's get back in there. There's a fish. Got it, got it, got it. There's a fish. Oh, might be a better one too. There we go. Another little trout there. Casted right into that same spot that I've been getting pretty much all the bites. And look at all the speckles on that fish right there. That is a really nice looking fish. Let's get him back into the water here. This is super, super fun, cranking these trout on the spoon. Got another one, got another one. No way, literally next cast after. Just ski this guy in. I don't think it's a super big one. It's instant. And he came off, but they fight so well. That was just a little guy. It is just instant with these trout. got him, got him, got him. He is fighting. That's definitely the hardest fighting one of the day. I don't know how big he is. He's fighting hard though. Yeah, pretty good one. He's just absolutely fighting. Another little trout there. Definitely a little bit better one than some of the previous ones. Let's get him back. All right, guys, hard fighting. Oh, he goes right back in there. Come on, dude. He's just sitting right there. He is having trouble there he goes. That was definitely one of the hardest fighting ones. And all these fish have been coming on this little golden spoon right on the same bank. And this pond is a pretty pressured pond, to be honest. I used to fish this pond all the time. And really last year, I didn't fish it much just because there are so many other better ponds that are a little bit more secluded from the public. And these fish must just be on a crazy little feeding frenzy because this is a pretty pressured pond for bass, trout, and a bunch of people come here all the time. So I'm surprised that there are this many fish biting in a pond like this. Yeah, I'm gonna go down there. Oh my gosh. I literally let it sit. Not even moving that. Got it, got it, got it. No way. Not even moving the bait. They're so fired up right now. There we go. Oh, that's a bit better one, I think. No, just a little guy. But I'll absolutely take it. These fish are so fired up right now. They are absolutely destroying the little spoon. This dude just absolutely choked that bait. Nice little rainbow trout. Let's get him back in the water. Back in the water. There he goes. This is fun. Oh, got it, got it, got it. Oh, that is fighting really well. That is fighting really well. Fighting super well. Just another little guy. This is so fun. It came off right there. Absolutely destroyed it. Just another little guy. Wouldn't have been the biggest one of the day. Would have been one of the better ones. Came off right at the bank. Gave up a really, really nice fight. These fish are so fired up because of this wind, storm front moving in. Oh, and it's just pretty much instant. Alright guys, I'm actually at home editing this video right now, and yeah, that's about gonna be the end of today's video. I put about, I think around 6 to 8 fish catches in this video. I think it was closer to about 8, including the ones that I did over the music. But I ended up catching about 15 fish that day in about 45 to maybe an hour and 15 minutes, so a short amount of time to catch the quantity of fish that I did. And I also lost maybe 5 or 6 fish at the bank, as well as a bite, some nibbles, pretty much every cast, every other cast. It was definitely quite a crazy feeding frenzy that I got on in these extremely windy conditions. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a little bit different style with a few more edits, a little bit more music in the video, which I have done in the past. But it was just a little bit different, so I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, comment down below what you want to see next, if you want to see more videos like this. I'm usually going out and fishing for bass, but if you want to see me fish for any other species, whether that be more trout videos, catfish, carp, really anything you guys can think of, I can go out there and try to catch it. But it's finally starting to warm up, so these fishing videos will start to be rolling out here. This is just the beginning of the season, so I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. And without making this too long, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.